7 o'clock, we call this meeting of the Hamlin Zoning Board to order. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Harold Roth.
Here.
Rocky Ellsworth.
Here.
Ed Hay.
Here.
Jonathan Vogler.
Here.
Rob Westcott with a nice white nameplate.
Can I get one of them?
So I can do big one already.
Give you a couple minutes to look over the minutes from the March 18th meeting.
Make a motion on the minutes. Second.
Motion is made by Carl Roth, seconded by Rocky Ellsworth to approve the minutes of March 18th, 2026. Clerk, please pull the vote.
Harold Roth.
Aye.
Rocky Ellsworth.
Aye.
Ed Hay.
Aye.
Jonathan Vogler. Rob Westcott.
Aye.
Moving on to our agenda items. Marvin Maxon. You wanna,
Stand here?
yeah, you can stand right there. Just give the board an idea of what your thought process is and what you've got, what you're looking to do, please.
Well, I'm trying to add a fourth building to my lot. And I guess we need a variance for that. And I got something here to say, I don't know if
Go ahead.
oh. Well, this house I'm in was abandoned, so I believe I bought it from some holding company. So there was really nobody to ask any questions about the history. The house is half the size from the one I moved from, so I had to cram everything in there. I bought the house in the autumn, and the basement was dry. Come to find out, every spring, the basement floods. Someone had put paneling up all around, maybe to hide the black mold problem. From what I understand, black mold is very toxic. So I need to move everything out so I can fix the problem. Since moving in, I have developed some kind of respiratory problem with a bad cough. My lot size is 2 acres, so it should be plenty of room for this building. This is a very serious health issue that needs to be taken care of. Thank you for this.
You're gonna put it, we got the map here. Where are you planning any
I don't know if
specific?
you can see the 3 little ones there.
Yeah, we got the 3 ones here.
Right next
You can
to
come
it.
up here if you want, just to give us an idea about where. So there's 3,
Could be right next to there.
right there, so closer to the road.
Right, I don't know.
Yeah, you don't want to get, yeah, because we don't have any issues with setback or anything like that.
So it's go to the
So
west.
it'll be to the west, in front of it. There's 3 buildings here.
Right in line.
Yeah. And you're looking at a
I think it'd get away
16
with
by
it.
30,
Yeah.
is that gonna be? If you, what's the maximum, you gotta have a variance for the size of this?
No, we only had to have,
You just gotta have a variance for the 4th structure, but I mean, the
Right.
size is allowable on that.
it is allowable, but it will not be considered, the shed will be considered a building.
Okay. Because of the size. I just wanted to make sure before we did anything that if we needed, because some of them have, all the different zoning codes have a different maximum size. Just looking for more storage with the stuff that's in your house now. Get it
Correct,
on
I
and
can
stuff.
fix the mold problem.
Okay. Any board got any questions, thoughts, comments on this?
Make a motion for public hearing
Okay,
for May 18th, after 7 o'clock, for Marvin Maxon, 528 Lake Road, West Fork, for the addition of a 4th accessory structure.
Second.
Motion made by Jonathan Vogler, seconded by Rocky Ellsworth, to schedule a public hearing for Marvin Maxon at 528 Lake Road, West Fork, on May 18th after 7 p.m. for variance to add a fourth accessory structure. Clerk, please call the vote.
Carol Ross.
Okay.
Rocky Ellsworth.
Aye.
Ed Hick.
Aye.
Jonathan Vogler.
Aye.
Rob Westcott.
The Saturday prior to that meeting, so
Basics.
May 16th, we gather together out here, the members of the board that are available. And we come out and we'll do on-site inspections, because we like to come out. And if you could just stake out the general vicinity where you're gonna put the shed, or actually, the closest that you can to have where you want the shed, but so that we'll come out, we look at it, and then during the public hearing, because your neighbors all around are gonna get a letter stating that there's a public hearing, and then if questions come up, we've been and looked at the site, we have an idea of what you're doing, why you're doing it. And there might be one or two of the guys that can't make it on a Saturday morning, they may stop by and just so you know, somebody, if one of us stops by, that's what we like to know ahead of time, so that questions come up during a public hearing, we've got an idea of what we're doing.
You can use orange paint, stakes, anything, just so we have a feel for where it is.
I think we're good, sir, thank you.
Thank you.
Loretta Rickenberg, what did I do?
Frank's Basement System.
Yeah,
The
they,
gentleman back there.
I'm here.
Yeah, you, okay.
I was gonna say they're representing.
You're looking for a CHOP permit, coastal erosion hazard area permit, correct?
Yep.
All right. Just want to give the board just an idea what's going on. I mean, we understand things, but we just have to,
I looked at the engineer drawings that we have here, it looks like we're gonna be sistering or replacing, looks like about 20 floor joists in this house. It's a crawl space, you know, we're gonna be digging down to access the back of the house. Most of the other spots are accessible. And then we're gonna be insulating the crawl space once all that goes through.
the motion for the permit. I mean, it's all allowable, acceptable. You know what's going on,
Yep.
so it's all.
Correct. And, Mr. Next door, Dr. Glenn Brown, he had the same thing done. He was, in that area, and then waste management. They had issues.
Okay. You guys,
I'll make a motion for Loretta Richenberg, 5824 West Tacoma Beach Road, for a CHOP permit to replace the floor joists and structures, or structure. All documents have been submitted.
Second.
motion made by Carl Ross, seconded by Jonathan Vogler, to grant the CHOP permit for Loretta Rickenberg at 5824 West Tacoma Beach. Please hold the vote.
Carl Ross.
Aye.
Rocky Ellsworth.
Aye.
Ed Hick.
Aye.
Jonathan Vogler.
Aye.
Rob Westcott.
Aye.
We're good, sir. Thank you very much. Just check with Cheryl to make sure that
He's all set.
he's all set.
Yep. I will talk to someone tomorrow, I can't think of the girl's name. Yes, I'll talk to him tomorrow.
Okay.
We'll get all situated, just send me the payment and we'll be
And we
good
can
to
call
go.
customer and schedule it?
Yes.
Wonderful, thank you.
Okay. Drive safe.
Thank you.
Tanya Cook, Tanya Enslin Cook.
Hi, man, so, yeah. So I live on, Lake Ontario, Stanley Harbor, and I want to be able to leave. And so I'm looking to get a permanent, generator put in so that it will turn on when I'm not there. And this is Jeff, he's from Hometown, so if you have any questions about what is going to be put in, he's here to answer those. You have two, like probably more than two items, but you have one item which is the survey. I had a Meyer survey came out and let me know exactly where my property lines were. One thing I did notice was that on the picture, the overhead picture that you have, the red lines are a little bit off. So please go by the survey. And as it turns out, I had a bunch of trees taken down. I had no idea where the lot lines were, and that's why I asked for the survey. Turns out I picked up about 6 feet to the west. So where we're looking at is to have it somewhere near the framed shed.
She wasn't quite sure where she wanted it, and then where the shed. Figured wanted it on the lot, so we don't know if it's, so closer, or if it was on an angle.
Yeah,
The shed's on an angle.
the shed's on an angle, and that would be a great place to be able to put it. We miss all of the DEC things, so those are all either on the back of the property or more than 100 feet.
Okay.
You probably have to pick location, you have to do that, I mean, when looking at your map
Yeah,
provided, you can pick a location and maybe bring it up to the board and show them
sure.
where your preferred location would be near the
Yeah.
shed.
Yep, there's a series of X's that are there.
Yeah, I see 5 axes here.
Yeah, any of those 5 would be great. The one that is on the, would be the southeast side, would be my preference for the first place for it. That gives me the most room to be able to put it, as well as to walk around it. So where it says framed shed, it would be the southwest side. So that's where the 12 or almost 13 feet of clearance right there.
Oh, the generator's sit right next to
Yeah.
It's an uninhabitable, it's a 1902.
What's that, 19, 18
18
inches, it could be.
As long as there's no windows, doors, then so,
Okay. So if you're gonna put it there, it says 12'9".
It's actually 12.9.
12.9 feet, yeah, yeah. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
that's
I
all right.
forgot that last statement.
the. Does she need it for variance for that?
you have to have 6 feet, and you figure that it will be 18 inches from the building, and you have to take into consideration the size of the generator also, which could be.
30. 30 inches.
So you bet, so it would be, the total is 15 and 30, it's 45.
It's
45 feet?
No, inches.
So if we're looking at 12 feet 9 inches, and it's gotta be 6 feet off the lot line.
It's close.
Close.
It's close because you're losing some on the angle.
Are you guys aware what she's talking about, where she wants it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm thinking you're talking that more, you can come up here.
Yeah, that first,
You're
that bottom
saying,
axe.
you're saying this X right here, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yep.
I just don't know if we're gonna be
Is that 12.9?
12.9 feet.
12.9 feet, so it's almost 13, right? Because it's a base 10 and you're putting it onto
So
a base
we're,
12.
and it needs a 6-foot setback,
Well, almost 13 inches.
so then you got 7 feet to work with. If you've got,
Is it more than 7 feet?
you won't be more than,
No,
your
it's 30
generator
inches.
common is not gonna be more than 7 feet, right?
Correct, so you got 18 inches off the structure plus 30 inches for the generator.
So that's
So
A foot and a half and 2.5.
48 inches, so you're
Depends how.
That's 4 feet.
4 feet.
Right, you're gonna lose a little
Lose a
bit.
little bit as you go up
Yeah,
too.
but you're not gonna lose 7 feet.
How long, how
How
long
long
is
is
it?
it?
It's 50 inches long.
I think you're clear at 6 foot mathematically.
Yeah, I would,
I would go out there and measure it out and see if you can, if you're not more than 6 feet at the closest point,
Mhm.
you don't need a variance.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah, we started all of this before the trees came down, and I thought I
If
would.
you, if you picked up more, what you're
If you pick one
assuming,
of
you picked up more land than you thought you
Right,
would. You
that's
thought the
what-
lot line was here, now it's over here.
Yeah,
The rest of the locations would change things.
Yeah.
right. So if we do measure it and it looks like everything is fine, especially if we go up to the 50 inches, because I can always bring it a little bit more to the south if I need to. Then, do I let you guys know that, or how do I let you know
That's what,
that you're within the
that's what I was just talking to Maureen about. I think
two brilliant minds?
we would schedule, I think it'd be in your best interest to schedule a public hearing. And then
Okay,
you guys determine if indeed you need one,
okay,
but get it done before she publishes it. Because
Okay.
you'll have to pay a
sure.
public hearing
We can do that
fee.
tomorrow.
If you determine,
Or I can do
I'm
it
just
tomorrow.
thinking if we schedule a public hearing, you find out that you're within that 6 feet and you need a 6-inch variance or whatever you need, once you get that angle figured in there.
Okay,
That way there, you don't have to come back next month and say, hey, I need a variance, and then we're gonna be another month out to schedule a public hearing.
yeah, no, that would be great.
So, I mean, that's my thought, I think, whatever you guys think.
That's
Sounds great.
Okay, yeah, I'll get that, and then once I've done that, what do you need as far, do you need, pictures, or what do you need to?
I think it's, if you guys, you deal with Cheryl on this,
Okay.
you know, it's as long as you're within 6 feet, if you're not encroaching that 6 feet from the lot line, or whatever, I mean, you just lay
Yeah.
something out there and measure off your lot line, if you're within 6 feet of it, or I mean,
Yeah, I've got tarps and cardboard.
you know,
We can plant flags, but to the point of it being 12 feet 9 inches, we're definitely gonna have more than 6 feet left over for 18 inches out structure plus the 30.
Right.
That's,
Yeah.
as long as
we've
that
got
north
plenty of room
corner's
in that
clear.
back.
Yeah,
But to your point, if it tapers up.
And
Yeah,
as
so you
long
lose
as
a
the
little
only
bit,
thing-
but
yeah.
you're still good.
Yeah, as long as that north corner's
I
clear.
think just to verify, I would just rather schedule a hearing. If we don't need it, you just,
okay,
Cheryl, let us know.
Cheryl will let us know and
thank you.
you guys go from there, so.
You're gonna do something tomorrow, you can call me, I can meet you there. Or anytime
Yeah.
during the week, if you want me to meet you, it's up
We'll
to
put
you.
in
It's up to you guys.
We'll talk and figure out, and then if not this week, then next week. Okay, yeah, thank you.
Thank you, appreciate it.
I'll
Thank you.
make a motion for a
Oops, sorry.
public hearing for May 18th, if needed, obviously, potentially. Based on any required setback in the 6 foot, which will be confirmed this week with measurements. For a generator for Tiny Lance Anselm Cook at 7546 Sandy Harbor Drive.
Thank you.
Motion made by Jonathan Vogler, seconded by Carl Roth for the schedule a public hearing, a potential public hearing for Tanya Anselm Cook for May 18th after 7 p.m. First, please, vote.
Carl Roth.
Aye.
Rocky Ellsworth.
Aye.
Ed Hay,
Aye.
Jonathan Vogler,
Aye.
Rob Westcott.
Yeah, just keep in contact with Cheryl and, you
Yeah.
know, if you're within those numbers, should be fine.
Thank you so much, I appreciate it.
You're welcome, I'll see you soon.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
John Picard,
Thanks for the opportunity.
sir.
I have, I don't know, full copy of it now. The larger one. Everybody needs it?
You want the larger map or you guys okay with the? You got 'em.
Oh, you got 'em.
You got enough.
I made copies
You got
already,
enough,
so-
we'll take 'em.
Glad it's my map collection.
It'll help your eyes. So we're looking to expand our deck, our existing deck, to the north, you can see on the property there. When we purchased the home back in '88, the deck and pool were there. We're just looking to upgrade that, better railings on. We're gonna resurface the existing deck, but we're also looking to expand. Our family's getting bigger, and that's just not satisfactory, so we'd like a little more room along the pool and between the house. So the current, well, the setback requirement is 15 feet. I spoke with Cheryl earlier about that, we confirmed that. Currently, the house sits 7.7 feet off the line. So we're just looking to extend it to the, we're just gonna go right to the north face of the house and run back to the pool, as you see there. I don't have final plans on that right now, but that's the general layout. I was not going farther north than that. And I actually spoke to my neighbor to the north, to the river, and just advised me that we'd likely put some sort of privacy fence along that. We're thinking maybe put a hot tub or something back in that corner. For the roof or something. So that's what we do. We're looking for a variance for proposed expansion.
Okay, questions from the board members? Cheryl and I talked one day last week, and it appears that, and not any fault in you or anything else, but there's nothing on file for the pool, the first deck and stuff like that.
Right.
So with this being a pre-existing non-conforming, the deck and the pool that's there now, we would, at the public hearing, we would include those things in there so that at some point in time, if you were to sell and you had closing, you would have documentation that all those were approved. Like you said, you bought it in '88 and they were already there, but they can't find any, Cheryl hasn't found any record that any of those might not have even been permitted. You know, they weren't issued, not saying permitted, but I mean not a permit issued for some of that stuff. So just to bring the property into compliance. That's my thought process.
Yeah, it's just, you just need, I don't think that wood deck in the pool needed a variance, did they, Cheryl? Did it?
Yeah, it was
Pretty cool.
how far from the pool to the fence that's already there.
Yeah.
It's gotta be closer than the 15 feet, so yeah, we would need a variance for that. But the wood deck,
The wood deck,
doesn't,
just the
extension,
extension.
yeah. Okay, so you do need to get a variance for that.
Yeah, it's with it.
Yeah, the house is gonna need a variance too, yep.
Just, I mean, it sounds kind of crazy, but it's just, it brings things in.
It'll make everything legal if ever you sell it.
Yeah, that pool is 13 feet. Yeah, it's closer to the corner, like the other corner of the house.
Okay.
The other corner of the house, we will get 16.3.
Too close to the house.
Could be, yeah. Good.
This is our need there.
I'm sure the barn has been there since like 1930 or before.
It's only 4.7.
It's an old carriage barn.
So
So
we're in there,
Go in there.
Package deal.
You are in luck tonight.
We're running a special.
Well, actually, that lot line is shown here. We actually moved it 30 feet back, so we're no longer there.
Oh, okay, so you don't need.
We purchased land from the VFW, must have been 20 years ago, because we had a garden back there, rather than keep asking the VFW for it, we said, buy that parcel. So all 4 parcels along the back, about 30 feet of the off back, so we should be good.
Okay.
Well,
So we're gonna need variances for,
Just say multiple variances.
and I mean, if we say multiple variances, you will
Decipher them.
you'll decipher them and get the distances down that we need.
Yes.
Because I guess the pool too close to the barn, type of a thing and stuff like that. I don't know if there's a distance that it's supposed to be from the building.
I don't know if they got plan.
Things gotta be at least 10. And from the building to the basement.
I'll make a motion to schedule a public hearing for John Picard, 1753 Lake Road, sometime after 7 o'clock on Monday, May 18th, for multiple variances.
Motion made by Rocky Ellsworth, second by Carl Rock, for the application of John Picard to schedule a public hearing for May 18th after 7 PM. The property at 1753 Lake Road for multiple variances to put an addition on his deck. Clerk, please pull the vote.
Carol Rock.
Aye.
Rocky Ellsworth.
Aye.
Ed Hay.
Aye.
Jonathan Goldberg.
Aye.
Rob
Okay, the same, like we said earlier, we'll be up on the 16th.
Yes.
Just stop by and just get an idea where things are and stuff like that.
Yeah, I'll
Just
talk-
spray some orange paint on the ground or something, so we can see where it be.
Okay. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Jeff Morback. Did we get that right?
You did.
All right.
And his brother, James, here to represent him. Jeff would like to, with the board's permission and blessings, just put a 10 by 12 shed on his property. Not under structure.
You know where he's gonna put it, is it?
On the west side of this.
Oh, right, never mind.
West side.
I just,
Okay.
yeah, he's got it in here. 6 by 10. Shed.
10 by 12.
Okay, well, that's 6 feet off the lot line and 10 feet off the house, okay. Back to you, Cheryl. Do we need any, other than the C-Hop, built to put it in the C-Hop?
It looks like he's got them all.
Everything is, but everything is within, no variances from the setback. Just the C-Hop.
Just to see how, and then they will go, yeah, we will make the change on Monday. For, next planning board meeting,
Okay.
for the, application for the development.
So we can do a C-Hop permit tonight. And that will be, we'll be ready to move on to the next meeting.
Make a motion for Jeff Novak to approve a CI permit for a shed of 6328 Shore Acres Drive. The documents of this.
Second.
Motion made by Carl Rob, seconded by Jonathan Vogler for C-Hop permit for Jeff Lowerback at 6828 Shore Acres Drive for a C-Hop permit. Clerk, please poll the vote.
Carol Rock. Rocky Ellsworth.
Aye.
Ed Hay.
Aye.
Jonathan Goldberg.
Aye.
Rob Westcott.
Aye.
Okay. Have John contact you.
Yeah, I'll get them.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming.
6328, I'm sorry, 6328.
Got it.
Oh, thank you. These old eyes. Glasses open. Shelley Way. What are you gonna do with them? Shelley,
What's that?
so your plan, you wanna,
I would like to put a garage on,
okay,
24 by 26, attached to the front of the existing house. So, what else do you need to know?
Is it
Speaking
20,
of-
is it 26 by 26?
24 long,
24,
Why?
24 wide,
Okay.
26 out.
I wouldn't say 20, I said
So she's seeking a variance for, to the front, and then looks like she needs like a 2-foot variance.
For the side,
South.
to the south.
frame building, just a frame.
Yep.
Garage.
Yep.
Added right onto the
Yes,
existing.
yep, it'll be attached.
Any questions from the board? The motion is for
I'll make a motion for Shelley Way of 1161 Lake Road, Westport, for multiple variances for an attached garage for May 18th after 7 o'clock.
Second,
Motion made by Carl Roth, seconded by Rocky Ellsworth for Chalet Way and 1161 Lake Road, Westport for variances to add a garage to the house. Clerk, please hold the
Carl Lot.
Aye.
Rocky Ellsworth.
Aye.
Ken Hay.
Aye.
John Gover.
Aye.
Rob West.
same thing as before. Just we'll be out there on Saturday, just kind of give us an idea. It's just,
mistakes or pain or
you
something.
know, we just like to go down
This
there.
Saturday?
No, the Saturday before
Oh,
the meeting,
okay.
the 16th of May.
Okay, okay.
So we just come down there because if people come up and say, hey, how come she's putting it here, how come she's putting it there? What are they doing, this, that, and the other thing? But we've been there, we've looked at it,
Okay,
we put, you know,
all right,
help everybody out,
that's perfect.
okay?
Okay.
Yes, thank
Yeah,
you.
thank you.
Well, thank you very much.
I hope we're the right place. I have a speeding ticket.
Oh, wanna go see Judge Rath in the court?
That's next door.
Back.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Sorry about that,
Well, hopefully
sir.
a waste of time. Maybe there's a bunch of stuff ahead of me, so. Thanks.
Big neon sign.
Nasty property sooner or later.
Big neon sign, Joel. Court.
Well,
I keep saying it over and over, big, like Vegas,
right?
big.
Court.
Uh,
So what
Take
you
it
guys,
light.
you guys saw how much of a variance you need? For the garage? For the variance?
For the front setback?
Yeah, it's supposed to be 70.
Well, the problem with that is the house is pre-existing, so, you know,
Okay,
it's a big,
it's a big variance.
where else is she gonna put that garage?
You can't put it to the,
Goes
can't
on
to
an
the
angle.
south because
Yeah,
it's,
the property
the
goes to an
angle,
angle, can't put it around the back,
Next
so,
door, next door neighbor has one that's not as far,
right.
the middle left hand neighbor is a different one.
I was gonna say, we'll kind of see how it matches the neighborhood.
And I think
It's
they're
gonna
close,
stick.
yeah. But she can't, she has
Is
practical
it?
difficulties.
Yeah, right.
change the house.
North of the house, so
Two houses north of
it's,
I know too much of the backside.
You wanna share?
There was a garage, in the house, had a garage.
Oh, you had a garage and they converted it.
They turned it into living space, and I think it was prior to
Yeah.
her owning the
Yeah.
house. So that, where the garage butts into the house, that's where that garage used to be, but now it's living space, so it's converted to living space. Certainly something that she's always talked about, since she's owned the house,
She can.
yeah, so. but yeah, it's like,
Yeah, and like you said, the lot lines are an angle. We had Jerry Carr lived in between them, right? Remember Jerry Carr lived between her and Phil. Any
No,
discussion from, okay.
No ego.
Joel, any discussion?
No, we finally put the solar in the hands of one of our attorneys. So we'll be hopefully voting on it, setting all the public hearings soon. We put that to bed. Now we're working on the junk law. Which you guys will be the judge and jury.
do you wanna share that news with everybody?
We had to find someone that people could hate. Who hates the
That's my
zoning
name,
board
right?
more? But you guys have, you're a very credible board, I mean, you already do.
We are a judicial board.
Right, so it made more sense, so if people will be coming to you once they get fined, or, and you're gonna determine if it's,
they'll determine whether it's junk under the
They
code.
normally open at 7 to do court, because no one's over there exploring.
What time was your court?
It's 7.
7, so.
Was I the only person and they thought I didn't show up maybe?
Well, no, he had some people on the agenda, I was over there earlier.
Oh,
So just call tomorrow and let them know that you were in the wrong spot and that you were here.
okay,
We
okay.
will vouch for you if they need it.
Thank you so
Okay?
much, I appreciate it.
And just ask them to adjourn it and put it on another day.
Okay, thank you so
All right?
much.
You're
Have a good
welcome.
night.
It's not often you get advice from an attorney.
Well, I know.
Usually it's your buddy giving you bad advice. No, good, you're good, dude, just throw it in the garbage.
Yeah, the junk law will,
Removal criminal
If she
law
gives
is
them a
civil,
fine,
right? Is
yes.
that what we're gonna do?
it's civil, so they will come to us if they want to fight it in court.
Right.
And they'll present their side, Cheryl will present her side, and we'll be the determine.
And then you guys will determine if it's junk, you'll give them a reasonable amount of time to clean it up. If they don't, then we can fine them, and then if it's, doesn't get cleaned up, then the board, you can actually have the town go in and clean it up and charge them.
So how much, which is the word I want, how much business do you think this is gonna save our money?
Oh, it's gonna be great, because, BJ has a list of stuff he's already checked out, and yes, oh god, you got a ton of it.
Well, I'm
The
just,
one thing, and I know we've been working hard and doing good at it, it's just with that specifically, we gotta make sure all of our, when we do public hearings, if we do this, conversations need to be about the thing, what's going on, so that it's credible enough so that if they file an Article 78, then Cheryl, there's some teeth in the law to begin with, and then there are conversations and our findings, we can document them, and she can say that this is why they said what they said. We just need to make sure that we're on track, and I know we've been,
but we're just a jury, we don't go and look or anything.
No, you cannot go up, you
Right.
only can judge on what was presented to you.
Okay, that's what I
and then,
thought,
yes.
but
So it starts with code enforcement still, and then just ends up as like an appearance type ticket, like they get added
No,
to the docket?
no, it's not an appearance. Appearance tickets are for criminal. We're
Okay,
moving it
all
out
right,
of criminal,
Bad wording.
we're moving
That's
out
why
of
you're here.
criminal to civil.
Yeah.
Yes.
What's a civil ticket?
So Cheryl goes out and tells them it's junk, they have to clean it up. She makes the decision, and then they say, no, it's not, so they're coming to you. You're gonna overrule Cheryl's decision if you find that it's not junk. Okay? Yes.
and that's what we are, the zoning board of appeals. She gives them, they're in violation of the zoning code.
Right.
They come in here, they appeal that, and we can say,
this won't,
Do we have a,
This will affect every part of your life,
public
you know.
discussion? Is that what-
See how it goes.
Maybe a part of that, just stay with me.
we'll be in the agenda item.
Or would it be an agenda?
It's not a, public hearing, you don't have to advertise it, it's
Right.
next planning or zoning board meeting.
Oh, okay, so they'll just be notified, hey, you need to appear in front of.
Yes.
Okay, that was my question. I didn't know if it was just in there.
To a certain property coming out.
Sure will, because it's already starting to be a junkyard again.
You just, this is a whole plot, but you can pass that off.
I did send some registered letters last week.
I'm very supportive of this. I would like to.
Yeah, you were very big on it. It was very disappointing.
I think most of the town board was.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
zoning board will do that.
They were very excited about it.
Well, I think it's,
I'll be right here with you. I'll be here with you.
it's gonna be better for the town, so that we get through these things faster.
Right.
Okay, we're gonna get through these things faster instead of years in the court system. Let's move this along.
So if there's any gunplay, I'll be right here.
There will be no gunplay.
It'll be very easy. Nice and simple.
But you need to get serious looks on your face. You can't be all smiling.
I know,
We've been bringing the sheriffs.
no, well, we might have to do.
Yeah, you're getting crazy on me.
Just, you know, that we got to finish it.
That's all I.
Not quite, we got to,
You had,
So that, obviously that's item number 2 for you, so it's gonna be the first one that you're working on, right? How long do you, here's what, is it scheduled for you to have that in your hands before the next zoning workshop?
I'm gonna try. and-
I'm not putting any pressure on you. I'm not the pressure guy, I'm just asking.
ask her for a friend.
I'm gonna try and get it done within the next week or two and get it out to at least the town board to look at
Gotcha.
and take a look at it. And if they like it, maybe they'll put it up for a public hearing at the next town board meeting.
Gotcha.
anything from the building department, I skipped right over you, Sharon, I'm sorry.
Didn't think picking up, and I had nothing allowed others for, so we can't just stop writing. Isn't that also buildings picking up a lot of people that want to build barns and sheds to keep all their stuff safe and secure and, not in water, you know. Other than that,
Water certainly been an issue.
At least we have it.
There's no lack of it. Or snow.
Or no, or the business, manager.
Aye.
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 okay, thank you, everybody.
No, it's all right. You know what?